All the love to you as well, Vim. You are a fantastic man. Vim, you are a genius. I feel fantastic after that, and I'm much better than I originally was. And by better now, I don't want to make it too much about measurements and how long I can do things, but there is a certain thrill to the fact that I couldn't even approach the 60 seconds breath hold. I think it was about 40 seconds at the start. And now, just there, that previous one, I was able to do the minute easily enough, and I even held it on a bit for the extra 15 seconds. And then I was able to do the minute and a half easily enough, and I even extended that a little bit as well, just to see how much I could push it. I took feedback from previous video that I did, Breathe With Me. When I released that video, I got a lot of feedback, and thanks to everybody who fed back to me on that. And one of the things people said was that I wasn't breathing deeply enough in the cyclic breathing. So that previous session that I did now was trying to breathe a lot more deeply and a lot more vigorously. I was initially reluctant to do that because I had seen a previous video where somebody was breathing really vigorously, and it just seemed completely unnatural, and I just thought that seemed completely unnatural and a bit over the top and too vigorous, and probably even, it just seemed unhealthy. But now I've come around to thinking that I need to do those really deep, vigorous breaths, and it obviously is helping me on the breath hold. So how do I feel after that? I feel much better than I have during any other breathing exercise that I've done over the last the first week or so of this challenge. And I'd say it's just the breath hold is just fantastic. That tingling feeling he talks about, I am feeling that. Temperature change, maybe it's psychological, and well, everything in life is psychological, really. Everything in life is in your head, but I can handle cold 100 times more than I ever could in my entire life. And the idea of jumping into the sea is so much easier. And even just walking around, I walk around in November now in a t-shirt out there. I mean, people must think I'm nuts, but I don't feel that cold. I don't see the need to put anything more on. So I don't know whether it's to do with this breathing exercise. Bim does say that this breathing exercise does help the cold and challenging that cold, but yeah, I'm able to do it now much better, and it's fantastic. So that I feel fantastic. I feel alive. I feel vigorous. I feel totally different. Transformed is I was reluctant to use that word transformed up to now during this challenge, but now I'm starting to use it because I believe it. I do feel transformed by this breathing exercise. It's amazing, and I would recommend it to everybody. It was funny just starting out on this because the breathing is something we just take for granted. It's an autonomous, well, up to the point where I got into Wim Hof, I looked at it as autonomous. Just all these systems in our body that we look on as an autonomous nervous systems and stuff like that. And Wim claims he can control all of those, that they're not autonomous, that he can control them. And it's given me a totally different perspective on how the body works. I mean, that's pretty fundamental, but it's nothing less than that. And I feel really invigorated after that. It's something to do, and I'm starting to do it more in the morning now than later in the day. And I'm going to be going swimming later, and I'm hoping to notice that my swimming has improved hugely. I mean, I used to do 20 minutes, now I'm doing even though it's getting colder in the water, I'm doing a half an hour now, and I'm not feeling as cold when I come out, and it's mid-November. So he says, feel the blood in your veins. I can feel it now, and I can feel the blood circulating more efficiently in my system, and that is a wonderful feeling. It's just a really deep tapping into something that you would take for granted normally, and it's like it's a true meditative experience because you're really immersed in the feeling of your own body deeply from the inside out. And the gratitude that I feel to Wim Hof is immense. I'm so glad I've come across this man. He is a nutcase, and I love him for it. I mean, the man jumps into icy water and he confronts all of what we would consider fear. I'm sure the guy doesn't even know what the meaning of fear is, and that is such a gift. He is a hero. He's a leader. He's a genius. He is a man full of love, and I'm so grateful to the guy, and I'd love to meet him one day, but I'm so grateful that he's given me this experience, and this challenge which I'm going through is transformative.